So if you didn't hear already, Nikola Vucevic is heading to the Chicago Bulls. He is being traded along with Farouq Aminu for Otto Porter Jr., Wendell Carter Jr., and 2 first-round picks. One of those picks being in 2021 and one of those picks being in 2023. The 2021 pick that's heading to Orlando will be top 4 protected, but based off the way the Bulls have been trending, it's likely going to be conveyed this year. Now, for Chicago, they get an established star big man. Nikola Vucevic has been awesome this year. He's averaging like 25 and 12 or something like that. And, you know, they need that next to Zach, who has been another awesome player this year who made his first All-Star team. And if they want to make that playoff push, I think getting a player like Nikola Vucevic was the right move. And you move on from Wendell Carter Jr., who has been dealing with injuries, never really has had a fully healthy season. He's somebody that I still think has potential, but based on what we see now, he's definitely hasn't lived up to what many of us thought he could be. So he goes to Orlando, gets a fresh start. Otto Porter Jr. is going to be an interesting guy if it's a buyout, and he's going to be probably on the open market again soon. And teams should probably be looking to pick him up because he could contribute to a lot of contenders. But for Chicago, like I mentioned, they got that. But for Orlando, this is good for them as well. I think they got a pretty good return. Wendell Carter Jr. has potential. I wonder if this means that they're going to try to give Mo Bamba the chance that he never really got before. And Wendell Carter does profile more as a 4 because of his height. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Now, the pick that they have, and based off the way they're trending, it's a good chance they end up with a top 3 pick and they get, you know, a Cade Cunningham, an Evan Mobley, a Jalen Suggs, a Jalen Green. So they're in a good spot with their own pick. And the Chicago pick can be anywhere from like 10 to like 18ish, I would say, for where they would be picking. And there are guys in that range that they could get, you know, Franz Wagner, Usman Garuba, Terrence Shannon Jr., Kai Jones, Jaden Springer if he falls. You know, there's just a bunch of options that are going to be available for them to potentially build around. And they have some other good young talent. I know Cole Anthony has been hurt, but when he's healthy, he's shown potential. Markelle Fultz, I think at worst, is a backup point guard if he can stay healthy. I think at best, he could be the starting combo guard for your team. It's going to be interesting to see with his health, because his health has not really been good since entering the league. So for Chicago, they get their all-star big man that they need, or all-star in general, that they put next to Larry. I've heard there's some rumors that they're going to try and trade for Lonzo Ball, which I think would be awesome. You know, they could move Kobe White. It should be interesting there. Lauri Markkanen might be on the move as well. So that's going to be interesting, although I do think Larry and Vucevic could work, but I do think that, you know, moving on from Larry could mean, you know, playing Patrick Williams at his natural position, which is power forward. But for Orlando, I'm excited for them as well. You know, they don't have a lot of direction. They haven't had a lot of direction for years now, since Dwight Howard left. Like, they were a fringe playoff team a few times, and at their worst, they were one of the worst teams in the league. And I think that with the assets that they're getting in return, even if like Wendell Carter Jr. doesn't end up working out, you still have that first-round pick and another first-round pick in 2023, which anything could happen. Zach's going to be older by the time 2023 rolls around. Vucevic's not probably going to be the same player in 3 years either, or 2 years, I should say. So it should be interesting in that regard. But yeah, I definitely feel like there's no way you can tell a winner or loser right away. I think given the position that Chicago wants to be in, I think that they came out on top because they got the best player in the deal by far. But I don't think Orlando is a loser of this trade or anything. They got draft capital. They got, you know, a young project player that they hope can work out for them. I know Bulls fans weren't the biggest fans of Wendell Carter Jr., but, you know, it is what it is. But this is the first of many probably trade videos I'm going to be doing, just quick little videos. Again, be on the lookout. I'm going to be doing my normal stuff as well, probably in a few days for draft stuff. But yeah, if you enjoy this, like, subscribe, do all those things. And thank you for tuning in to probably the first of many videos to come out today.